All right, what's going on, everybody? I am live here in the New York session. It has been a while since I've done these sessions, and I actually wanted to start doing them, just for my own benefit of staying on top of things and also to help you guys out a little bit in the marketplace. So basically, I'm going to get right into this. I'm going to go right into the markets, and I'm actually going to see what's going on today. So I'm just going to bring this up and we're on. So if you guys don't know, this is forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com is a spot where we can take a look at all the major news coming out and avoid a lot of these big movements. So let's see what time is it. It's 7:30. So we're about an hour out from CAD. So we might stay away from CAD. Looks like we have some major news at 2 p.m. for the USD. FOMC meeting minutes. So yeah, 2 p.m., 8:30 for CAD. I'm not going to be around on the charts. I'm really just going to go over a quick summary of what we got going on here. So I'm just going to go over to the charts, go to the unnamed. And we're going to pull up some charts here. All right, so let's just bring up one chart at a time, full screen here. And my 3 pairs is actually turned into about 6 pairs. So I'm just going to go check these out. A lot of them have CAD in it. So we are going to try to stay away from that. Stay away from that as well. So if you guys don't know, there are a few things that I am using here. This is the 200 moving average. This green line here is the let's see, there's a bunch of averages here. So let me just show you guys. There's a 50 moving average, which is that green line. The 62 EMA is this orange line that's running through here. And then I was actually just back testing the 50 and the 200 and these candlesticks. So these are different candlesticks. I can show you those as well. Then there's quarter theory. And then we have some different lines running off of, these are forks off of harmonics. So that's kind of, what that is. And then this is actually an indicator that I created. It's actually called Lazy Money. You guys can actually find it on TradingView. Basically, what this does is it puts Elliott wave onto a line chart, right? So now we have Elliott wave structure on a line chart, and we can look at multi time frame analysis. So usually I'm looking at the 4 hour, and then I will be trading on the 4 hour charts. Let this load. So that it looks something like this, right? Let me go back to regular candlesticks. So these candlesticks are actually momentum candlesticks and used more when you're trading with moving averages. But I'm just going to go over to candles real quick. And we're going to let this load as well. Just give it 1 second. Okay, so basically on the 4 hour, what you guys are seeing is this will come down to a bottom. And then we'll also get a green flip. So within these colors, there's multiple confirmations. There's like the Bollinger Bands, the Stotch, the MACD, the RSI, and pivots as well. And so all of those have to confirm. And when they do, that's when we get these green flips. So this green flip will indicate that it's going to go for a buy, and vice versa. When we get the red flip, means it's going to go for a sell. And you can see that it kind of sold off here. These are actually quarter theories. So in between this line and this line is 50 pips. So every single one of these is a 50 pip measure. And I'm looking at the half and whole levels. So that's kind of what I got going on. I do like to see this become overvalued or, undervalued in a sense. And I guess that's not the greatest word. It's more of when it's converging because of the fact that it's Elliott wave. This is not RSI, so it's completely different than the RSI. And so I can see that this is going up. This is going up ever so slightly. It's just about to touch this. I'd like it to hit this, and then we can get in for that short with about a 10 pip stop and a 50 pip take profit. So that's what we would be looking for. And I know that looks really small, but it is 50 pips with a 10 pip take profit. So that means you're looking at like a 1-to-5 ratio, which is really nice. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to set an alert at 68998. All right. And I'm just going to add alert. There we go. Add alert. So now there's an alert here. When I do go and check the markets on my phone, I'll have this up because TradingView has an app as well. So that's that. And if you guys want to know how to get any of this stuff, you guys can go to my Facebook and DM me at Vinny Trefethen, Trefethen. So you guys can find me, on Facebook, and that's really the best way to get a hold of me because then I could actually help you guys out. All right, so we're just gonna see what's going on with CAD JPY. Now we do have CAD or Canadian news, so I may actually stay away from this and EuroCAD. Let's go to Euro USD. Euro USD looks like it's almost coming to a wedge. Let's see here. Let's clone this. Don't really see. Huh. Interesting. There's not much symmetry here. See if we can just give that a refresh. There we go. All right, so this also looks like it would come up. This might not be a bad selling point as well. And again, we have meeting minutes at 2 p.m., so this might not be the ideal day to be getting in a trade. But I am going to put an alert back down here. Or actually, no, up here, I'm sorry. Right at the 1.11986. Okay, so right at that 111,000 area is where I'd like to get into a short. Okay, I'm just gonna pull up a short position. Put it here. Okay. Do 1 to 5. It didn't seem to. Huh, that's weird. So I have templates, but for some reason that didn't work. Go figure. We're gonna go to about 10 pips. Place 6 is fine. And again, so if we zoom way in here, it's basically what we're looking for, right? Price come up to this point and then drop. So that'll be our 10 pip stop. And again, we'll have this up throughout the day. I'm going to go to, let's see, USD JPY. So UJ's looks like it's actually made a little bit of a turn. This might have been the position for this short. That's okay. Let's put, for one, let's move this purple line that's moving down here. Wait, let's see. So that's actually coming off of this harmonic. So we can actually put a level here. Let me just put an alert. Um, so touching the fork line on UJ. So we can do one of two things, right? We can try to short this if there's a lot of like confluence at this area. Try to get a good 50 pips out of it. Or really what I would like to see would be that price comes up, breaks, retests, and then goes up. Just because it does look like this market's starting to turn, right? And then we have the moving averages, which are now pointing up. And if at this point, when the price comes up here, that the 50 is crossing the 200 EMA, we're definitely going to be looking for this retest and this buy off of this quarter level and this as well. So that's really probably the optimal move. We're going to put a 10 pip stop here. We could probably get that to go a good 100 pips if that goes for the buy. So that's a good 10 to 1 ratio. And that is just about everything that I have for my pairs. I can actually go through real quick. I do have different harmonic scans on all these pairs. So that's starting to come down into those levels. All right, so we have an alert here as well on the AUD NZD. That alert right there. Maybe another one crossing this quarter theory. So that way we definitely get that alert because this is also a nice short opportunity. And so that if this market comes up, hits this, we get a nice sell. The other opportunity could be break and retest and go for that buy. So we can also put a long position there. See what happens when the market comes to that point. But at least we have everything drawn up. My conclusion to this would be that the fact that it's at this point right here this should start to turn, and maybe that'll be that initial, 50 pips move to the upside. It does look like it's now trading above the 200 and the 50 moving average as well, and hitting the 62 EMA. So there's a lot of convergence and confusion here. So I'd like to see it make the move and then get in for the retracement or pullback, and then possibly even into this buy if it does continue on to that. So that'll be interesting to see how AN plays out. Looks like that definitely stopped me out. Maybe it was just something I was looking at. Been traded in a while. Let's see here. So I'm just going through, guys. I'm just trying to find some decent entries for us to take a look at. Ooh, that's dropping. I'd like to see a buy set up on this pair for it to finally come down. Euro NZD, that wouldn't be a bad short position. See if I could zoom in a little bit better. Go on the lower time frame, see what's going on here. So it looks like every time it's come to this level, it's sold off. It's not a terrible short position. All right, let's go and pull up the 15, 10, and the 5. Get rid of the 4. We're on the 15-minute chart. Very well could get that short. Bring this up, be realistic. All right, so it's definitely not the cleanest of moves. 0 NCD. Let's see here. You get into the short 10 pip stop. I'm just going to put this in on my end real quick. Euro NZD. Trade and put a stop loss, or at least I'm going to put my stop loss at. What happened? Maybe right above this last high at about 10 pips. Then we'll set the target for about 23 pips. So 1-to-2 ratio, 1718. So 1824. 18. All right. Big profits. That right in at the 1714. 492. All right. And so 1492. Make sure that stop loss is correct. 1718. 17. 171824. All right, so that's good. Sell. So I'm going to short that market, and we'll see how it does. Got about a 10 pip stop loss in there. It's not terrible. I'm going to publish this. So if you guys don't know, I do publish all these ideas on my Twitter. Actually, I believe it's this way. Risk to reward. Yep. All right, then I'm just going to tweet this. So you guys can actually get all of my markups on Twitter. Just find me at success. Success. Let me go back there. Let me go back. So you guys can copy this down. Success, W, capital W, underscore Vinny. So success with Vinny. I know this is spelt out weird, but it's all that was available for me. So that being said, keep slamming through these pairs. I already looked at Euro USD. I think that's a great move. I'm just going to look for things that I have scans on for real quick. And I'll see those lines for the Forex. I don't think there's anything else that's lining up with what I'm trying to look at. So here's gold. I'm actually in a sell on gold right now. So that's another position that you guys could take short on gold. Let's see, my stop loss is at 127.8. 27.8. And my take profits at 126.7. So I'll also publish this, send it to my Twitter. All right, tweet that. And I like Twitter because it's very instant like that. And it's just easy for me to do that because it's right here within the platform. So that's pretty nice. Uh, so what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to hop out of this session. It was amazing seeing you guys. I can actually show you some tools real quick that I do use. IML harmonic scanner. So how I find those harmonic patterns is this web scanner that I use. This web scanner is pulling out mathematical equations in the marketplace, and it's finding these entries, it's finding these take profits. This pair apparently just took take profit one. So that's something that you guys can use. And then we're projecting harmonics forks from the X to C to D. And that is those lines that you're seeing that we get multiple trades, because usually this is what happens. We come to the chart, we miss the entry, and we have to find a pair that is just lining up. And the problem with that is that most of these pairs, and this is on the 15 minutes, it's probably not too terrible, but the entries are about 6 pips apart, and then the stop loss itself is about 10 pips. So that's actually pretty good. It's on the 15-minute. But when you start to look at these hour scans, which is what we break down, sometimes your stop loss will be, you know, 90 pips or something like that, or 80 pips. So that's something that's, kind of ridiculous, where we get in with these fork moves. Like if this was to push down maybe a little bit more, we could get in for that buy, because take a fork from X to C. And again, this is why I copy it over to TradingView. You can see, because this scanner is not the greatest on drawing. See if it'll let me do that. Boom. So then when price comes down to this level, then we can get in for a buy, or we can play off of these different levels, where they come down to the pip and they make these retracements in the opposite direction. So that's how we're finding those reversals. And then also, too, guys, I am working with a few other scanners and a few other things as well that helps me. So IML, let's see, IML Pip Talk, right? So Pip Talk is basically a place where 6 and 7 figure traders go, and they take their information and they place it right onto here. So like 8:07 in the morning, boom, it's almost 8 o'clock. So this is like maybe something that we could be looking at, right? GJ coming up to the 142 level and then dropping for this fourth and fifth wave. And these are people that are very vetted in the marketplace. This is actually one of my friends, Chance Ghanem. He is a beast at trading. He actually trades live as well. Christopher Derrick is also a beast at trading, and people just drop these in these chats, and we get all of this information on different pairs. So this also helps me a lot to stay tuned into this. There is like a directory of people, and look at all the people that are in here that trade, that are 6 and 7 figure traders. So there's quite a bit of channels. And then you just find who works good for you. These are the people that I follow myself. I'm also using one more tool. So that gold trade I actually got from Gold Cup. Actually, this is not the website. Let me go to IML Gold Cup. Right. So this is where we are taking trades, right? So Masters teacups, these are pretty beasts. This is actually signals straight from a 6 or 7 figure earner. And then we have, and again, guys, I don't mean to make like income claims or anything like that. So, and past profits don't guarantee future results, obviously. But what I'm telling you is that there's some really nice vetted traders in these markets making or helping us make decisions. So teacup, this is a scanner that we use. I actually like the Masters teacups. And then as far as like Gold Rush goes, that's where we're getting these signals for gold. All right. And usually, so right here, right? So this is our entry, take profit, stop loss, sell entry. So this is how we're getting our gold entries. And this is also sent by a gentleman that only trades gold in US 30 and a very few select pairs as well. But basically, he's been studying these pairs for quite a while now, and it helps him out a lot. And it helps me out a lot because I don't actually have to do the work, right? So I just get the signal to my phone and I take this signal. There is actually another app that I use. It's called, let me go in here, it's called Swipe Coin. And Swipe Coin is interesting because Swipe Coin deals exactly only with cryptocurrencies, specifically Ethereum, Bitcoin, and let's see, XRP, right? So I'm gonna go into the chat here, and if you guys could believe, and again, past profits don't guarantee future results, but this app is up 4,275 pips for the month, which is insane. It's absolutely insane. So if you guys aren't utilizing that, you're definitely missing out on a good 4,000 pips, which even on a penny lot, is like $400. I think it's 10 cents per pip. So I mean, that's quite a bit of money. You guys can do the math. I'm terrible at math in my head, so don't take me for that. You don't have to be smart to make money. You just have to be smart enough to take the opportunity of a lifetime in the lifetime of the opportunity. So that is one of those things. And then I'm actually working with IML Pivot. So this is the last one that I want to show you guys. This is a scanner called Pivots, and this gives about 200 entries in a day. There's Forex, indices, metals, oils, digital currencies, and then the Masters trades. So these are the trade setups that the Master is taking. Her name is Lee Allen. She is a woman trader, and she is very good at what she does, very professional. Okay, so she's going to be probably trading these off these EMAs. So those are some other entries as well. I'm not going to go over those just because they're not quite there yet. So we can go into these scans and find like GJ here, right? Maybe not GJ. Let's go and see something that's going to line up here. This is where you want to use these types of candlesticks because you can get the momentum. It's a lot less noise, whereas like this might be all jagged on candlesticks. It's very straightforward, and they're momentum candles, so it's really not the same as a candlestick. But let's just use this for example. So I'll use this for an example. This is one that's already hit, right? Prices come up to the +1 or +2 area. What we're looking for is the reversal, and this would have been a sell stop. So as soon as price came through here, the market would have entered us into the market. So we would have put a sell stop right at the R8 if we had caught this up here, and then this would have came down here. It got us some pips, about 4 pips. So not terrible, but we would be going about 3 levels. So 1, 2, 3 levels. Let's see. So that's about 11 pips. So about 10 pips. That would have been the 1-to-1, and then we could have got another all the way down to the S0. So that would be about 30 pips. Now this is actually might give us another entry too. So if these Henkinashi candles close under this 50 EMA, and this is what I was back testing, if it does close under this 50 EMA, then on the close of that candle, you would want to get in for that short, and you could probably ride this down for maybe 30 pips or so. So that's kind of something that I've been working with and working on, and just kind of setting limits, because those limits, once I set the limit or the buy stop, the sell stop, like those types of things, the market will actually, and my MT4 will actually enter me into the market without me having to watch the charts all day, which is glorious. If you guys are familiar with trading, one of those things is that like we don't really want to just sit there and watch the charts all day. So this also helps me a lot. But between the pivots, Gold Cup, Pip Talk, and even the app on my phone that's giving me crypto signals, Swipe Coin, you know, I don't really have to do anything or do that much. I just come in here for maybe, you guys saw, like 10, 15 minutes, mark up the charts in the morning, and then from there, I'm good. So, that being said, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you all on the next session.